Can I ask you why you chose that particular really emotion invested in your situation here?
This happened, and you're adept.
What is Vyno up to? Like, what is Vyno really up to? Because I'm here trying to figure him out. So, Saturday night. If I right now, after watching the last Saturday night episode, stroke dawn, stroke Sunday morning rehearsals of what happened last night. I mean, now I understand why people don't even watch the Big Brother show until it's Saturday, it's Friday and Saturday. A lot of things went down. There was a lot of violence in Biggie's mansion. There were a lot of violence. I'm not gonna lie about that part. But and one thing was very obvious about last night's shenanigans, like I call it. One of the things that was very obvious about last night's happenings was that a lot of the housemates were intoxicated by alcohol. A lot of them were drunk. I could say Terry was drunk. I could say that. I could say Yoli was drunk. I can say Zino was drunk. I can say, Norman was definitely drunk. Like, a lot of the housemates were drunk. But you see, Vyno, I'm very sure he was sober throughout all the episodes last night. And so, I'm going to be talking about these conversations that happened between Terry and Vyno and Yoli. If you know where I'm going, then stick around. Let's have this juicy conversation because we need to figure out this guy and what he's really up to. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Juduchi and this is Personality Highlights. Here we actually bring out the personalities of your favorites, throw them in the spotlight, get to know what's up with what they're doing, their strategy, the game, in regards of the reality. I mean, this channel is a channel that is dedicated to talking about reality shows. So when I say talk about personalities, I take my time to do my constructive analysis. Like sometimes I have to sleep over these things. So guys, if you like constructive criticism and if you like reality shows, please take this minute to subscribe, to be a part of this community and join the conversation. Very, very important. And of course, turn on post notification bell so that you always get alerts of my video every time I share new content. Guys, with that said, can we just go into everything that happened last night? Like, can we just go through it all, one at a time? So just like I do with my other videos, I take it from my last video. Now, the last video I shared was the video about BU and Venus getting down in the bathroom. So I give you the conversations on what happened throughout that. Now, guys, before, of course, we all know that before the kissing episode, there was actually fights between Norman and BU, right? So let's leave all those people now. A lot of things happened last night. A lot of things happened that is suddenly making me look at this housemates like, are they all intentionally trying to play with my head or our heads as viewers of the show, or are they just literally lost, like they don't even know what they're doing? Because I mean, I said a lot of people were drunk last night. A lot of things happened last night. We saw Norman we saw Tato confronting Norman on why he was ignoring her and asking if he was jealous. And at the end of the day, guys, we found Tato and Norman sleeping on the same bed. Like, guys, we know it's not new for Tato and Norman to be found in the same bed space because this is how the sleeping arrangement happens, right? The sleeping arrangement happens with Tato, Tato, Gashwan, and Norman and Yoli. Like this four, they have their beds together, they sleep like that. So we obviously know that Gashwan is in the head of house lounge. That's where he's been sleeping. So basically, I think I understand where Norman and Tato sleeping together was. But what I didn't understand was the kind of close contacts that happened. Guys, a lot of things happened last night though. My head is still spinning around it. Now, another way from Tato and Norman, the scenario I didn't really understand was how Ntabel found herself sleeping in Tulsi's bed with Nale right by the bed space. even after the cozy Saturday party, dancing and everything. Like I am confused. I am confused as at what these housemates are really playing at. I don't know why they're trying to knock our heads, or is it that they're just confused who they want in the house? So, moving straight ahead, of course, we also saw the drama between Yoli and Gashwan. Guys, I have special videos for all the scenes I've talked about. But the one I'm talking about, the one I'm concentrating my energy on, is this conversation that happened between Vyno and Yoli. Because, I mean, after the party, they were sitting around, drinking, some were eating, and then Vyno took over the conversation, continued from where he stopped. You guys remember that Yoli had actually told us that Vyno actually said he prefers her to Terry, and that the reason why he's where he is because they know themselves from outside the house. Now we actually saw Vyno revisiting that conversation. We actually saw Vyno say, you know what, it is what it is, but don't just get confused with what you're saying. You know, we're rappers. And I'm like, what's this guy saying? Please, what is this guy really talking about?
I like you, female. Like, I detected so fast.
You know, guys, when Vyno was actually talking to Yoli, I mean, I love the fact that Yoli actually asked him the question of, do you act as a profession? Because it looked like it was staged. At the point, I was confused. I really didn't know. He had a straight face. We really don't know who this Vyno guy is. Like, seriously, I don't know who this Vyno guy is. Because what I saw last night, I'm like, I'm looking at him with the second eye. I mean, the first time, I actually thought Vyno was actually making a pass at Yoli because he was up for nomination. Probably he wanted to hype his game. Maybe he just wanted to just shake the house a bit. But guys, him revisiting it, I don't know if it's because he's up for nomination. But guys, I always say something about nominations. If anybody is trying to pull a stunt during nomination, it shouldn't be on the weekend when the voting is closed. So I think this housemate already know this. So I'm not even sure it is nomination tension. I just feel like this guy is now seriously playing the game. And if he really is just playing the game, I think he's playing a dumbass game, because it sounds crazy and bizarre. So I really don't understand. And then one of the most confusing parts of this conversation that was happening between Yoli and Vyno was that at the end of the day, we saw Libo joined them, and then the conversation continues, and Libo was like, yeah, like in my head I was like, has Vynos discussed this with Libo before now, or is he just flowing with the ride? Like, I didn't know that part. And then as you're having the conversation, Terry joined in, and this Vyno guy is so slick. He continued with the conversation. Like, Yoli and Vyno were still having this conversation about themselves, and Terry was there. She didn't even know what they were talking about. She didn't know. She didn't have an idea of what was going on under her nose. Hey, gosh, my gosh. So now let me just outline the conversations the way it happened. So Vyno actually said, I like you, right? And Yuli was like, are you acting or something? And I said, no, this is just me, this is real me. And said, don't get carried away with what you see. I'm a rapper, she's a very smart girl, she's not gullible. And guys, when Vyno said that, I was like, okay, not gullible. So maybe he is actually ticking Terry, like, yeah, she's not gullible, because after Terry's response over the fact that Vyno said, I want a child by 31, he has not proposed to her, they are not married, they're still in the house, they've not even tested this thing outside the house to know how it's going to be. So maybe I feel the reason why Vyno said Terry is not gullible is because maybe she passed a test. I feel so. And then the conversation stretched, and Vyno was like, you know what, I can tell when somebody likes me, and there are a lot of people in the house that likes me. And that was when Libo confirmed, and Libo was like, yeah, it's true, I can tell. So according to Libo too, he can tell when somebody likes him. And then Yoli was like, how do you know somebody likes you when somebody likes you? And says the way he looks at them and they return the look, that it says, yes, I like you, I know you like me, something like that. And Vyno was like, you don't know shit, you just keep quiet. And I was like, yes, Libo, just keep quiet, because you're not even playing your card very well. And so when this conversation was actually going on, you know, Terry actually joined them on the table and they were still confident having their conversation. I was like, okay, this is very interesting. And so when Vyno was saying that he knows that some people like him in the house, guys, my head, because I've been thinking for a long time. You guys, remember the conversation I shared and when Gash won, and Yoli were having a conversation in the closet, and he said somebody likes Terry's man.
The new boy, what is this? Pumpkin. Pumpkin was
Hey, Pumpkin, better watch yourself because Terry will come and yay.
But that Terry will be ready to fight the person. And guys, looking at the way things have been so far, I've been saying that they talked about Mpo, like liking somebody that Mpo doesn't like Libo, that she likes somebody else in the house. Now, this is just me wondering and thinking out loud here. Is it possible that Mpo actually is attracted to Vyno, and maybe Vyno knows about it? Like, what do you guys think? Like, this guy's got me thinking all day, all night, and I'm like, you guys, you can't even have my head. No, I'm not gonna let you guys have my head because you can't be knocking my head like that. But guys, what do you guys think about this Vyno movement, asking Yoli and all that? And like, do you think it's a strategy by him? Do you think he's serious? Do you think it's just him flirting around? Like, what do you guys sincerely think about this conversation? Because to me, I'm done with thinking about it. I'm just going to be putting my investigative eyes on to see the next dirty move, and I'm going to call the person out like I always do. Guys, I don't know, but this is where I'm going to stop. I have a lot of videos especially dedicated to actually sharing what happened. Like, a lot happened last night, but the current situation is that Norman has actually officially apologized to BU over the cake saga. I'll be back here with more updates on what's going on in the Big Brother show. You want to stick around here. So guys, see you on my next video. For now, just stay with this one. Chill with this one. I'll be back with more updates. Bye-bye.